Welcome to the Chancellor's video blog. I'm Dr. Bruce Leslie, Chancellor of the Alamo Colleges, and I'm standing in front of the portable buildings over at San Antonio College that currently house our purchasing department. And the reason they're there is because several years ago I had to vacate the building that I was in at the district offices because the air quality was so severely dangerous that we had to abandon the building. I had to push the purchasing department out, so they ended up for the time being over at SAC in these portable buildings. But I show this to you again, as I mentioned last week, because I want you all to have a different perspective of the kind of working environment that so many of the district employees have had to suffer until the new DSO building opens next December. And of course, that's part of what we're so excited about, that the employees will have a wonderful place in which to do their very, very important work. But also juxtaposition this against the wonderful student housing and retail center, the Welcome Center we developed over at San Antonio College a few years ago. And now, yesterday, we opened the new Victory Center for our veterans students, 3,500 veteran students currently at SAC. So right in between the Victory Center and the wonderful student housing and parking garage, Welcome Center, Technology Center, are the portables that the folks in purchasing have had to suffer. So keep that in mind as we're moving towards the opening of this new building, and we'll talk more about that later. I want to mention to you the launching of our new Navigate software. We've been working on this project for a couple of years. Our team has done a great job working with EAB, which is the company that produces Navigate. They had a lot of challenges and issues. In fact, they've given us a whole year of free service in the implementation because, frankly, our folks were not satisfied with how this project was developing. But it is now launched, and it will be specifically for new students for Phase 1, which is right now, May through August. And then in September, we will begin Phase 2, which will be for all of the current students. But the general idea here is that this will help students literally from the time they begin their enrollment process, we call Alamo Enroll, until they graduate from the Alamo colleges. It will help our advisors, it will help our students, it will help our faculty have a much better means by which we can help encourage and advise and promote student access to the Alamo colleges, making sure that it's as easy, as straightforward as possible. Students will receive a welcome letter when they begin the enrollment process. Students will have updates in terms of the processes that they have to complete for registration. They will continue to receive updates in interactions and nudging letters from us on a regular basis throughout their entire journey with the Alamo colleges. So we're very excited to be able to implement this new tool. We went through a good assessment process from several vendors that had recommended their own software for this. We selected Navigate, which has received a great deal of affirmation at the university level, but we're one of the early community college adopters, and so they had to make a number of changes to make that happen. So this will ease students access to, entry into and through, and then graduation with the Alamo colleges. We have other universities that are starting to consider this software as well, and that will potentially allow us in the near future to also then interface with them, particularly UTSA, again for those students who intend to move on from here to there. So second phase we intend to implement in the early fall. And then we hope then every student will be involved in this program by that point. If you want to find out more about Navigate, you can go to alamo.edu/Navigate. Thanks for joining the Chancellor's video blog. Have a great week. Look forward to talking to you next week.